Do you hear me talking to you? Across the water, across the deep blue ocean, under the open sky. Oh my, baby, I'm trying.
Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. You make it easier when life gets hard.
Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again.
They don't know how long it takes
waiting for a love like this.
Every time
we say goodbye, I wish we had one more kiss. I'll wait for you, I promise you I will. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday. And so I'm sailing through the sea to an island where we'll meet. You'll hear the music, feel the air. I'll put a flower in your hair.
Though the breezes through the trees move so pretty, you're all I see as the world keeps spinning round. You hold me right here, right now.
Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every way. Lucky to have stayed where we have stayed. Lucky to be coming home someday.
Blue you, oh why can't oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above.
Well, aloha!
That's where
Aloha to all of you. Welcome to this beautiful day. This wonderful occasion, the uniting of these two beautiful souls. For both of you, Jay and Laura, as you enter into this relationship as husband and wife, it's important that you always cherish your mutual love for each other, that you bear each other's infirmities and weaknesses, that you comfort each other in sickness, trouble, and sorrow. And Jay, that as a husband, you always be an encouragement to your beautiful wife. And Jay, she's absolutely beautiful. And for you, Laura, also, that you be an encouragement to your husband as well. But Laura, I also want to share this with you about men, especially men from Indonesia. No matter how old men get, there always remains a little boy inside. That little boy always needs holding, cuddling, caring, nurturing, loving, giving, everything you can imagine, and a kitchen sink too. They say that when a woman is sick and dying, she still has work to do in a household. But when a man sneezes, he thinks he's dying. So always be an encouragement to one another, both of you, and live together as the heirs of grace of life. I'm going to say a blessing, just a prayer, being thankful for the journey that has brought you together, brought you to this moment, and then for the beautiful adventure that still awaits you as husband and wife. Let me say this blessing. Father in heaven, we thank you so much for this most beautiful day that you have created. O Jay, Ame, Laura. We gather here in a spirit of unity. Make a ha'a with humble hearts. We ask your blessing upon these two beautiful and wonderful souls, both Jay and Laura. We're thankful for the blessings of life, for all of those relationships that have guided them, nurtured, loved them. Thankful for their parents. Thankful for each and every family member and friend that has infused them with goodness and wisdom. And as they gather all of that, and they bring that here and now, we ask that their journey of life be filled with great abundance of joy, abundance of love. We're thankful always. Amen. Jay, I ask you now, we have this beautiful woman, Laura, to be your wife. Will you pledge your life to her in all love and honor, in duty, in service, in all faith and tenderness, to live with her and cherish her forevermore?
Yes.
And Laura, will you have Jay to be your husband? Will you also pledge your life to him in all love and honor, in duty and service, in all faith and tenderness, to live with him and cherish him forevermore?
I do.
Wonderful. And as both of you declare willingness to commit your hearts to each other, I'm going to have you say some vows to one another. But before I do, I just want to share some things about the journey ahead. You know, marriage itself, the foundation, the beauty, the success of all of it, has a foundation that begins with love. And love is a great emotion, a wonderful feeling, a passion, a joy. I see that in both of you for one another. You're going to share so many beautiful moments ahead, sharing that love. Days like this, you'll stroll hand in hand in the sunset, just being thankful for your love for one another. And as the sun comes over the horizon in the morning, you wake up in each other's arms. Again, being thankful for that joy, that passion, just thankful for an opportunity to spend another day in your love for one another. There are going to be so many beautiful and great moments ahead. But besides all of those good times, it's also going to be challenges ahead, because it's part of life. It's also part of marriage. And so it's important that you not only define your love just based on how you feel and your emotions. Some days you're going to feel great and in love. And other days, you're not going to feel so great. So we tend to get distracted by things that cause us stress in life, work, finances. So finding the emotion of love sometimes is going to be challenging for you. It's important you always define your love even deeper than your feelings, to a level that you would always commit yourselves to be patient with each other in love, that you would commit yourselves to be kind to one another in love, not to be self-centered, not to be easily angered, not to be rude or boastful with one another. It's a commitment of love that's going to carry you through every challenge that you face. It's a commitment of love that will take you from a valley, put you back once again on a mountaintop as husband and wife. And it's important to recognize this about love, that all of us over time We have a tendency to take our love for each other for granted. Time just slips on by. But I want to let you know that you have an opportunity every single day from now on to strengthen and celebrate your love for one another. See, sometimes we go through a long, stressful day in marketing, and we get home to our door. We make the mistake of opening that door, bringing all that stress right through the door with us. Then there's turmoil in the household. But every day when you get to your door from now on, it's a time to stop. Stop and say to yourself, you know, I had a long, rugged day today, but fortunately through this door is not my enemy, but I've been given an angel. So before I walk through this door, I'm going to leave behind everything that happened today. I'm going to realign my heart, my love, and my spirit for my beautiful wife, and also for my husband, so that as I walk through this door, I'll listen with patience, and I'll speak with kindness and understanding. Then I'll have respect for the one that I truly love. Besides love, it's important to recognize that men and women, they're a little different from each other. You probably know that by now, Laura. And as men, we value things differently from women. Men tend to value big toys, big TVs with remote control, sports, hanging out with other guys. Women, on the other hand, they value other things. They value things like shopping and talking, and actually more talking. You see, on the average, men say 5,000 words a day. On the average, women say 20,000 words a day.
The opposite in our case.
It's probably opposite, since I've known Jay. But all that brings out is there's a disparity on how we value communication. But communication is vital to every relationship. So on the one hand, it's important to speak a little less, listen a little more. As long as you're talking, you're not listening to the other person's heart. And men, Jay, men say less often, not because they have less to say. It's because they usually hold things in. They hold in their thoughts, they hold in their emotions. Things eventually pile up higher and higher. Appropriately, you're getting married here on an island with a volcano. Men sometimes allow things to pile up so high until one day, boom, there's a big eruption. Jay, you want to always minimize eruptions in your marriage. And the way to do that is to openly and honestly share everything that's on your heart and your mind with your beautiful wife each and every day. I'm going to share with you a legend that we have from Hawaii that brings good illustration to all of these things. We have the goddess of the volcano, the goddess of fire. Her name is Pele. As she was strolling along the beach one day, she came across a very handsome young man, and she went up to him and said, Jay, you are so handsome, I want you to be my very own. Well, Jay was a little shocked by this. She said, listen, Jay, I'm a goddess and I can offer you all of this paradise as far as you can see. Well, Jay only took a second to respond. As he did, he said, thank you so much for thinking of me in that way, but I have to let you know that my heart and my love is truly committed to the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Laura. Well, in her raging jealousy, Pele, the goddess, she turned Jay into a flower, had him live at the ocean. Surrounding us is that flower. It's called a naupuka flower. And as I show it to you, the naupuka flower of the ocean, in its full bloom, it's only half a flower. See, as the legend continues, she also went to look for this beautiful woman, Laura, found her, turned her into a flower, and had her live in the mountain, also as a naupuka flower. And the naupuka flower of the mountain, in its full bloom, it's only half a flower. You see, when you bring the ocean flower and the mountain flower together, then they become one full and complete flower. What this illustrates for the Hawaiian people is always pertinent to your marriage. That regardless of the temptations on the outside of you, regardless of challenges, or even being physically apart from time to time because of work or travel, that both of you would always choose to come together as one full and complete flower, one full and complete love, one full and complete spirit forever and ever. Are you ready for that? Then as you look into each other's eyes, will you please repeat these words? Say, I, Jay, came here today to join my life with yours, Laura. I promise to take you as my love. From this day forward. To stand by your side. To listen while you speak. To comfort you when you cry. And join your laughter with my own. Fortune may smile. Trials may come. No matter what we encounter together. I will always
I will always
make my home in your heart.
make my home in your heart.
You say, I, Laura,
I, Laura,
came here today
came here today
to join my life with yours, Jay.
to join my life with yours, Jay.
I promise
I promise
to take you as my love
to take you as my love
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
to stand by your side,
to stand by your side,
to listen while you speak,
to listen while you speak,
to comfort you when you cry,
to comfort you when you cry,
and join your laughter with my own.
and to join your laughter with my own.
Fortune may smile,
Fortune may smile,
trials may come,
trials may come,
no matter what we encounter together,
no matter what we encounter together,
I will always
I will always
make my home in your heart.
make my home in your heart.
The rings. Thank you. These rings that you're going to present to each other, they should always be a reminder of things. It should be a reminder of the beauty of this place. It should also be a reminder of your family and your friends being part of this most precious moment. But most importantly, wherever your journey takes you in life, these rings should always bring you back to this moment here and now, and how your hearts feel for each other. For the love that you share within right now, it's enough to carry you through an eternity together as husband and wife. So Jay, I'm going to ask that you present this ring. As you place it upon Laura's finger, will you look to her and say these words? Say, with this ring,
With this ring,
I commit myself
I commit myself
to love
to love
and cherish you
and cherish you
forevermore.
forever.
Awesome. Say, with this ring,
With this ring,
I commit myself
I commit myself
to love
to love
and cherish you
and cherish you
forevermore.
forevermore.
His finger got too fat.
There you go.
Nice. That's not coming off.
That's good. Jay was eating a little too much while he was here.
Too much spam.
Yeah, too much spam and macaroni salad. Hey, let me just say a couple words to all of you. It's a blessing that all of you came, that you made this journey to be here. All of you are invited. And you might have come from where you were and been to a wedding, and you might have come with an expectation that I was going to say a couple things, they were going to say a couple things, and they'd be pronounced as husband and wife. And if you came with that expectation, lo and behold, that's what happened. But I'm actually going to ask you to do something a little unexpectedly. See, I just want to let you know, there's a lot of challenge in today's world, and there's a lot of challenge in today's marriages. And this couple, like every other couple that gets married these days, they need all the help, the love, and the support that they can get. And truly, that's why they asked you to come. I know some of you wanted to come for the party and being in Hawaii and all that stuff. But deep down inside, really what they're asking for is that you would be coming here not to just be a part of a ceremony that lasts for a few minutes, but actually to be a part of a journey for a lifetime for them. And so I'm going to ask not only that they made a commitment to each other, but all of you would take an opportunity to also make a commitment. You see, they asked you to be here because when there's challenges up ahead, storms, unexpectedly, they're going to count on you. That's why they wanted you to be here. They're going to count on you whenever times are difficult, that you would not pull them apart, but that you would encourage them to go deeper in their love to one another. And when there's family and celebration, they're also going to count on you, that you would be a part of that, to be a glory to them in their journey ahead together. So I'm going to ask all of you that you would take this opportunity, not for a moment, but for a lifetime, that you would make a commitment to love them, to support them, to encourage them as for an eternity as they're a family. And listen, you don't have to see them every day. When you wake up in the morning, you can say a prayer for them. When you're driving down the road somewhere or on a subway, then you can send your love to them. They'll receive it. And of course, if you have AT&T, you can always text them, because that's what this generation does. Don't call them because they won't answer. Just text them. So I'm going to ask that all of you take this opportunity here and now to take a deeper purpose, a greater meaning in being here. If you would so make the commitment to love, to support, to encourage this beautiful family for Jay and Laura from now for an eternity as their family. Please say, yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Just going to ask a blessing upon everyone here. Lord, we thank you so much for the goodness of each heart that comes here. We're thankful for the common bond as they come together for Jay and Laura. So I ask a blessing of abundance upon everyone here, that you would fill their lives with great joy, abundance of peace, abundance of love, even abundance financially. So as everyone's cup overflows, that overflowing would come upon this beautiful family for Jay and Laura. I thank you so much for this day and then for the beautiful adventure still yet to come. I mauaku kaloko maikai o ka haku, me ke aloha o ke akua, a me ka launa puana mai o ka uhane he malele, a me mako a pau. Amen. And now with that, I invite you both to seal your vows with a kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask that you please rise. I am honored to present to you Mr. and Mrs. J. and Laura Putera.
Oh, Willie, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some. I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, love, love. Listen to the music of the moment, maybe sing with me. A la peaceful melody. It's your God-forsaken right to be loved, 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 loved. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. I've been spinning way too long, checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. My breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face and laughed. I guess what I'm saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanity and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue. I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, is short. Look into your heart and you'll find love. I'm yours. No, I to the music of the moment. Come and dance with me. No more, no more.
My head is stuck in the clouds. She begs me to come down, says, boy, quit fooling around. I told her I love the view from up here. Warm sun and wind in my ear, will watch the world from above as it turns to the rhythm of love. We may only have tonight, but till the morning sun, you're mine, all mine.
Please rise, my friends, and welcome to the dance floor. This is your couple, Mr. and Mrs. J. Butera.
My heart beats like a drum, a guitar string to the strum, a beautiful song to be sung. She's got blue eyes deep like the sea that roll back when she's laughing at me. She rises up like the tide the moment her lips meet mine. We may only have tonight, but till the morning sun, you're mine, all mine. Play the music low and sway to the rhythm of love. When the moon is low, we can dance in slow motion, and all your tears will subside. All your tears will dry. And long after I've gone, you'll still be humming along, and I will keep you in my mind. The way you make love so fine. We may only have tonight, but till the morning sun, you're mine, all mine. Play the music low and sway to the rhythm of love. Oh, play the music low and sway to the rhythm of love. Yeah, sway to the rhythm of love.
Hello everyone, my name is Han, and I have the honor tonight of being Jay's best man. I've known Jay for about 10 years now, and we've grown extremely close over the years. He's my business partner, my best friend, and my partner in crime. Aside from the 6 or 7 hours a night that he's sleeping right next to Laura, he's probably with me at the office, at an event, working, drinking a beer over football or something. Jay's a very special person. He's always ultra hyper. He's running around telling stories about this and that, and sometimes you listen and enjoy the story, and sometimes just nod your head, smile, and pretend you understand what he said. So whatever. There's this one time Jay and we took a little trip to Atlantic City, and on the last night, me being the degenerate gambler that I am, I spent all night at the poker tables, and in the morning I said, Jay, here's the keys, you're driving, driving back. And he said, okay, fine. So, I get into the car and I recline my seat, and I'm, starting to get ready to go to sleep. And all I remember was that, Jay started saying something about his dream. He was going to a dream that he had last night. He started going into great detail about a dream. And so about 2.5 hours later, I slowly regained consciousness. I open my right eye and I can see the Lincoln Tunnel, and it's like, oh, we're almost home. Then I slowly open my left eye and I realize that he's still talking. And so, it really didn't matter whether or not I was sleeping for the last 3 hours, and it didn't matter that I wasn't responding nor the fact that I was even conscious. Jay needed to share his story in whole, and so he did, and that's what he does. Jay, I love you, and I accept you for that. Most people in this room know Jay as the person I just described him, And, most of you do not know Jay for his level of patience. But this is, for the most part, that much is true. But when it comes to certain things, he can be a man of patience, dedication, and commitment. When he has his mind fixated on something, he does not give up until he gets what he wants. And this is the case with Laura. I remember when he first caught eye of Laura, he knew right then and there that he wanted her, and he knew very soon that she would be his girl. He wined and dined her, showered her with flowers and presents, and gave her everything he had. He took care of her and took her into his own family and did everything in his power to make sure he was happy. And over the years, I have watched their relationship grow from a puppy love crush to a deep, loving, and meaningful relationship. And somehow, 8 years later, here we are at Jay and Laura's wedding party. I am extremely proud of you, Jay. Hold on, page 2. All right, well, will everyone please rise so that we can have a little toast? Just one moment. Laura, you are a beautiful, sweet, and compassionate young lady, and I think you are perfect for my buddy Jay, so please take good care of him. Jay, my dear friend, you are a loyal, passionate, and dedicated man, and you have come a long way since we first met. I'm so happy you have found your soulmate. I'd like to wish the two of you lifetimes of health, love, success, and happiness in your journey together as husband and wife. Salud.
Laura and Jay, I can't imagine a more magical and inspiring place to celebrate your marriage. I think I speak for everyone at the wedding when I say that we are honored to be part of this celebration of your love. Laura, my dear sister, I've watched you blossom into a strong, compassionate, successful woman, a woman who knows what she wants and goes after it with graceful determination. I am so proud of you and so happy that you have found somebody to spend the rest of your life with. Jay, as you know, my sister has discerning taste and high expectations. And I think it speaks enormously about your character and your true love for her that she has chosen to spend the rest of her life with you. Welcome to our family. My wish for both of you is that you will have amazing adventures together, that you will seek out all the richness that this world has to offer, that you will be best friends to one another, that you will bring joy to one another, and that you will give strength to one another. Love, as we all know, is transformative. It brings out the best in us, it makes us stronger, and together we are more than the sum of our parts. Together we can achieve a greatness that we cannot achieve alone. You have found love, and I remind you to always remember how important love is, how sacred it is, and how magical it is. I hope that you always know love and that you share the love with the world around you. To Laura and Jay.